Sometimes we underestimate what we know and the impact that we can have on somebody when we share our experiences and what we know. So I have a brilliant photographer called Brian. Brian does my personal photographs. He also does my events. I don't know, I couldn't get the words out. He also does my events. He's my preferred photographer for my events and for my personal photo shoots. Brian travels to support me. Brian has been to Paris to support me. Brian has been to London. He doesn't live in the UK. He lives in the Netherlands, but he travels. And more recently, he was with me in Florence. But Brian can't support me in September when I host my event. I'm having an event in September. Brian can support that because, I don't know, he's traveling or something. It's like, where are you traveling to? You should be here. But anyway, that's a joke. Hey, Brian, that's a joke. Brian can't support me in September. So I had on my list that I needed to, on my project plan for my event, I had to find a photographer. But because there were more urgent things on the list, I kind of parked the photographer thing and thought that will sort itself out, or I'll look at that when the time comes. Let me focus on the priorities for now. So I did. And then earlier this week, one of my trusted business friends, business associates, I guess you would call him, put out a post on social media about how he had a photo shoot done by a photographer, and he recommended that for the entire post was about recommending this photographer who he had recently had a photo shoot done by. Well, hello, it just literally fell into my lap. So I reached out to my friend and I said, hey, what's up? I need a photographer. And he was like, look no further, check my friend out, or check my photographer out. By the end of the day, I had a signed, sealed and delivered photographer for my event in September. What's my point? What if June hadn't put out that post? By the way, hey, shout out to June. Thank you, June. What if June hadn't put out the post to say, I have a really good photographer? I would have still had on my list that I need to find a photographer. And I would have probably started to, tear my hair out. What's my point? Now, having a photographer for my event is not life-changing, because I think sometimes we think, oh, but that's not going to really change people's life. It's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal. When you are hosting an event, such as in my experience, and you need somebody to serve and support you, you want somebody who comes recommended, at least as much as possible. So your voice can make a difference. Your voice does make a difference. Please use it and change someone.